The Biafra government will ratify and consent to the United Nations Optional Protocol to the Convention on the Right of Child, on the Sales of Children, Child Prostitution, and child pornography. Like under Nigeria, these are not crimes. Why Nigeria assent and signed into these particular treaties, they do not even know the value. They do not know the value in the society. They do not know how it helped to shape in society to become a better society like you have in Europe. Like one of the criminals in IPOB, Nigeria, was surprised why Simon Ekpa is making all these utterances in the name of fighting Biafra and nobody is disturbing him. But his uncle shared a nude of a child in Germany, and he has been in the court for the past 5 years. As a Nigerian criminal, this man does not understand that sharing any child pornography is a serious crime. And here is where that particular law was derived from. Under this particular treaty, under the United Nations, the optional protocol to the Convention on the Right of the Child, on the Sales of Children, and child prostitution and child pornography. He didn't know it's a crime because he is a product of Nigeria. So Nigeria does not respect international law, and that is the reason, that is one of the reasons that are anarchy, insecurity, and all manner of atrocities in Nigeria, and they do not see most of these things as crime. So they come to Europe, they commit these crimes, and they are wondering why police is after them. We will ratify these laws, teach the people what is right and wrong, and make our society a sane and more saner place to live. My fellow Biafrans, on the 2nd of December, alongside other dignitaries that will embrace our convention all over the world, they will witness and observe the Biafra government assent and ratifying the United Nations Optional Protocol to the Convention on the Right of Child on a communication procedure. We will also, on that 2nd of December, ratify the United Nations Optional Protocol on the Convention Against Torture and Other Cruel, Inhuman, and Degrading Treatment or Punishment. The Biafra government will not only do consent to all these protocols, convention, and optional protocols of the United Nations, but also we are going to ratify the United Nations Optional Protocol to the Convention on the Right of Persons with Disability. I want you to understand that there are many international instruments that the Biafra government will consent to, and make sure we uphold this treaty, not just consenting and ratifying it like Nigeria did and other Islamic terrorist states, but we are going to make sure that we follow these particular laws because it is the only pathway to peace. Once you uphold this law, the rule of law, and abide by the treaties, it is actually shaping to restore peace, stability, tranquility, and all manner of harmony that you can enjoy as a nation. That's the difference between the Europe and Africa. And like I said, because we have come here, there is no other tribe, there is no other nation in the world that is widely traveled like the Biafra people. And not only that we are traveled, we are also in the government in different countries of our residence. We participate in the nation building, and we have learned a lot, and we want to now bring it to build our nation, to make it the beginning of civilization in Africa. I want to stop here because of time. So I will be taking questions, especially from people who wish to ask questions. And even though I have a limited time, but now you have at least a glimpse of the kind of things we are doing or we are going to do during the convention. It is not just about declaring Biafra restoration and all that. The aim of and objective of this convention is to raise this legal document that we are going to use to pursue the recognition of Biafra as a state. And this is one of the pillars of doing that, is by ratifying the United Nations international human rights treaties and getting ready to abide by these rules and regulations in order to restore peace and stability in our region, in our country, and in our state. Thank you very much, the media team. Over to you, Raphael. I have given you a co-host, so Success, you can continue from here. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Prime Minister. And good evening, fellow Biafrans. All protocols due observed here. All ministers of the Biafran Republic government in exile and the de facto government in homeland, you are welcome to this very press briefing by our Prime Minister, making bold of our steps ahead of 2nd of December. And as you can just hear from him, it is not just go to Finland and make a declaration, then raise a document, start sending to countries for recognition, but also
our social media handle. What are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead, subscribe, like, comment, and share. All right, welcome back. In case you want to support us on this channel, kindly indicate for the good work we are doing. I know that a lot of you love our work, and many has been asking me, how are we going to support you? How are we going to support you now? This is Yuletide season. In case you want to support our channel, kindly go ahead and indicate. Just write me on the comment section and say, I want to support the good thing you are doing. If you want to support us in dollar, in pounds, in euro, any currency, in naira, we are ready for you. Just to say thank you to our channel, that we have been doing a nice work and we're bringing you good information and current update where they happen both in Biafra and all over the world. Meanwhile, let's go down to the information of the day as the shelle. Of course, you know that this government, where they call the manu say sometimes na lie na in the food for their mouth. Okay, but I will show you the information where they thread now. They say shallow graves discovered as security dislodge IPOB ESN camps in Imo State. The Joint Security Task Force in Imo State, also known as Operation Udoka, has arrested over 20 suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra and its security wing, the Eastern Security Network, in a joint clearance operation. The operation saw security forces raid and destroy camps linked to the group in Ako Community, Okiwe Council area of the state, dislodging them from the area during the raid. Several stolen vehicles, arms, ammunition, and explosive devices were recovered. Shallow graves believed to contain remains of victims allegedly killed by the group were also discovered. The commander of the 34th Artillery Brigade, Obinze, Brigadier General U.A. Lawal, the State Commissioner of Police, Aboki Danjuma, and the Special Advisor to the Governor on Security, Joseph Obonna, disclosed this during an assessment visit to the community. They reiterated the commitment of the state government and security operatives to eliminate criminal elements and restore peace and stability in Imo State. Commending their personnel for their achievement, they urge residents of Ako community and the entire state to collaborate with security efforts to maintain peace. Lawal and Danjuma further assured that those arrested would be thoroughly investigated to determine their involvement in the activities of the group, with those found culpable facing the full weight of the law. They added that efforts were underway to exhume corpses from the shallow grave for identification and proper burial, while recovered stolen items will be returned to the rightful owners. Prior to now, you couldn't enter the community because criminal elements had taken over, but today we are here. Through this operation, we have restored peace, said Brigadier General Lawal. All right, welcome back. This is happening live in Imo State, in Okigwe, in a village called Ako, where the NIG Them Boys has reportedly said they went there and were able to capture plenty IPOB ESM members. One thing that happens these days is that every criminal caught in southeastern part of Nigeria is IPOB. Every person, every individual caught is an IPOB member, and I wonder where they get this mentality. Of course, you see these people releasing information without first of all, uh, you know, doing their investigation to make sure who these people are. But first of all, they broadcast the news to us and tell us that they will continue the investigation to ascertain uh, uh, whether these people are IPOB ESN or not. I think that before you release your information, you should first of all do your investigation, get the truth behind it before telling the masses whether these people are these people or not. Because sometimes it is heartbreaking that things are going like this. That anybody that steals, any kind of person, you see them tagging them the IPOB. All right, the IPOB members have said that they are not part of the United States of Biafra that was declared in Finland 4 days ago. I think that was done. That happened on the 29th of November, this 2024, and the conventions continued. And I think the convention is ending today, being the 3rd of December 2024. Let's go down to that information and see what the IPOB members. Of course, you know that IPOB represents the indigenous people of Biafra. That acronym was founded by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ohmadike, one of Ndi Igbo. But his successor, his junior boy, what did they call Mazi Simon Ekpa? It is believed that the offer was handed over from Kanu to Ekpa. As Kanu was incarcerated in the DSS custody, Ekpa took over and started doing a lot of things. As it is, Ekpa came up with what is called the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and also what is called the United States of Biafra. But Casbos don't boss. The egg don't break, as the IPOB said they are not part of, and even Igala people say they are not part. Let's go to that information. And somehow some of these Igalas are some paid folks who are being paid to do what they want to do. Let's go down to the full detail of the information. The people of Kogi State have chastised the indigenous people of Biafra for including the Igala nation in its proposed United States of Biafra without their consent. The people of the Eastern Senatorial District of Kogi State, who spoke through the Igala Youth Council, condemned the declaration of what they termed faceless individuals who are trying to cast the Igala nation as enemies of sovereign state like Nigeria. All right. This is coming from the Gala youth people, but not all the Gala. This is just a particular district that is saying this thing. I believe that this must have been spurred by the senator representing that particular senatorial zone. Because, of course, you know that these politicians are very much afraid. They don't want to lose their position. That's why you see that in the government called the NIG government, both the legislature wing, both the executive arm, both the judiciary arm, all of them are not saying the truth because of fear of the executive. Most of them were appointed, and some of their office were as a result of settlement for some kind of work that they have done for the people who took over power. So you see the government settling them with one position. You see the government settling them with one position or the other. All right, you know, shall meanwhile, it is the people, I believe it is the people who are representing that particular senatorial zone. They are the one who are sponsoring this thing. They say they don't want the Biafrans to raise them against a sovereign state like Nigeria. Of course, people need to understand that we have freedom of speech. And it's not about insulting people or inciting a particular set of people, but it's about saying your mind according to the stipulated constitution. People should become wise. I don't know why Africa is still very, very backward, but I blame it on the leaders, because had it been the leaders have gave their citizens the necessary tools to maximize their potential, I believe that by now Africa in general must have become better than every other country in the world, and maybe Nigeria or the Southeast or any one of them. But because the leaders have decided to rule with the power of hunger, you saw the new president of Nigeria that said, widen the tax nets and reduce their purchasing power. And that is what has been done to Nigerians. The tax nets have been widened and the purchasing power has been reduced. Widen the tax net and reduce the purchasing power. That's why a Toyota Camry that you could get something like 700,000, 800,000 those days, or even 1 million is now 5 million, and some places 7 million. Common Toyota Corolla. You know, Shelley, everything does spoil for the obodo. Everything does spoil for the obodo. I say, who do this to the people? Nobody want answer. If I say na me do now, no be me do now, because I know the government, and the government of the day, we be saying na then they control things, na then they give us the shot, na then they call the shots, and we ourselves, now we be the shot men. All right. A judge for Nigeria don't tell anti-graft agency to start looking for big shot and stop pursuing Yahoo boys. Of course, you know that if you talk about the people will be the main Yahoo for this nation, now the politicians, so and then they go borrow money all over the world, and sometimes you begin to ask, what are these people doing with all the money? You find out that all this money are being squandered. They still enjoy the money. They tell us they will give us palliative. Now then go still corner the palliative, put for their own pocket. Make I bring you the full detail of the information. Nigerian anti-graft agency should go after big fishes, not Yahoo boys, appeal court judge. The presiding judge of the Court of Appeal, Sokoto Division, Justice Mohammed Lawal, has urged Nigerian anti-graft agencies to prioritize going after the highly corrupt persons and not only the street or young fraudsters popularly known as Yahoo boys. This is as he noted that part of the problem facing fighting corruption in the country are judges. The part of the problem in the fight against graft in the country are judges. I have come across cases where judges give ex parte orders to stop investigation. We have to be very careful in granting orders against anti-corruption agencies as it amounts to ultra vires. Once you stop anti-corruption agency from investigating, you are killing the anti-corruption fight and matter. There are preventive measures to expose corruption and related activities in the public interest. Justice Lawal says this is even as he challenged the Independent Corruption Practice and Other Related Crime Commission (ICPC) to ensure inclusive prosecution of corrupt practices in the fight against graft in the country. He shared his thoughts at the opening of a one-day conference with State Attorney General in the Northwest on strengthening the ICPC's capacity for corruption prevention held in Kano State. Justice Lawal specifically cautioned the anti-graft agencies to go after bigger fish and not Yahoo boys, as the only way to fight against corruption could be firmly rooted. All right, I say kudos to the judge for saying that one, because a lot of criminals, Ndioshi, are hiding in the political office and no one is going after them. Meanwhile, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain. Thank you for listening for today's edition. God bless you.